Are you going to make money off of that? Is that the right move for your career? Is that what your parents want you to do? All of these practical decision-making vehicles are there to honestly serve other people. Energetically, it's a no. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to be more in touch with your own inner guidance and intuition so that you can make decisions that have long-lasting positive impact that are really in service of who you are and what you want to do in this life. My name is Mandy and I am a career coach and writer, and I make videos here on YouTube where I talk about how to bring more creativity and joy into your life. This topic is so important because we are taught a million ways to make decisions that all have to do with our analytical and intellectual brain. We're not necessarily taught how to make decisions that serve your creative and intuitive needs. And the reason that you may feel so burned out is because you may be making decisions based on the wrong criteria. Someone else's criteria, someone else's idea of what your life should look like. And you are actually the only one who has that power, who has the keys to the castle. Because when it comes to decision making, tactically, it can be a yes. Operationally, it could be a yes. On paper, it's a yes. But if you feel into it and get in touch with what you actually want, oftentimes, energetically, it's a no. And not just a no, but it's a hell no. We are just not used to listening for that and understanding what those cues are like. So in today's videos, we're going to go through that. We're going to go through the cues and we're going to go through some examples of maybe things that you tell yourself to watch out for. Okay? So the first thing, let's talk about cues. All right? So cues, these are signals. These are very often subtle signals that your body and your spirit are going to give you whenever you're faced with a situation. Okay, this could be you're in a conversation with someone. This could be you are given an opportunity to do something. This could be you're at your job and someone says something to you. Okay, anytime that we're in a situation, we're constantly getting feedback from our own body. I'm going to call these cues. So some examples may be things like tightness in your chest. It could be a knot in your shoulders. It could be a pit in your stomach. It could be a feeling of tightness or nausea. It could be even just a feeling of dread, a physical feeling of dread. So what happens is these symptoms will come up, but because our brains are so dominant, right, we typically override those feelings and those reactions. A lot of times you just have to, right? So you're in an office and someone says something to you and you feel a wave of nausea. What are you supposed to do? You really just have to mask it and pretend like, oh my God, this is not happening. I'll just process this later. The problem is we don't process it later. And so that energy gets stuck, right? That's what illness is. It's the manifestation of stuck energy. So everyone has different cues. What I would recommend for you is to think about, what are my tells? What are the things that happen in my body or in my experience whenever I get flustered or nervous? You might call it like an intuitive hit. It doesn't usually feel good, right? And it doesn't feel good for a reason. That's our communication system with ourselves. When I used to work in corporate, I would have to lead a lot of these client meetings, right? A lot of these like account manager type calls with big fancy clients. And I would, this was back in the day when we were doing a lot of Zoom calls, right? And so I would start the Zoom and then I would realize about 20 to 30 minutes into the call, my face would be entirely red. Okay, I would be flushed. My face would be flushed. And the reason for that is I think I was holding my breath. Like the whole stupid call, I'm like this. Like I'm nervous, I'm sweating, I'm holding my breath. Right? That's not a good sign. That's not good. I mean, A little bit of flush is fine. You know, you're animated, you're talking, like this naturally happens. But after every single call, I'd come downstairs. My husband would be like, "What happened to you? You look like you just went on a 5K. Like your face is like beet red." And I'd be like, "Oh, it was nothing. I just had a client call." But it wasn't nothing. It was actually me in a bit of a panic, mild grade panic, fight or flight response. Mild grade being like, this interaction I don't enjoy. I don't enjoy this interaction. So I want you to just start paying attention to that. What are situations where your body has a bit of a reaction? Okay, and you might say, Mandy, this is so obvious. Like every Sunday night, I feel a pit of dread in my stomach because I don't want to do XYZ. Okay, there you go. All right, so confidence, I'm going to bring in the concept of confidence. Where does confidence come from? Confidence comes from having a feeling and taking an action. Because when you have a feeling and you take an action to support that, that is you building trust, right? You're closing the loop. You're closing the loop. So all the feelings, right? Imagine that you're at a restaurant and you're putting in an order. You're like, okay, I'll have a Caesar salad, right? Imagine if the waitress is like, okay, great, takes down the order. You never get your salad. You come back the next day, you're like, that was weird, but I'm still hungry, so I'll have a cheeseburger with a side of sweet potato fries. Maybe they were out of salad. I don't know what's happening in that kitchen back there. I'm just here ordering my food. Okay, waitress comes. She's like, sweet potato fries. Would you like ketchup with that? Yes. Would you like a side of mayo with that? Yes. Takes the order. Food never comes. Okay, what does that do? That erodes your trust in this shitty restaurant. You're like, why? What is happening? I'm not going to come back here. Right? Versus you order a Caesar salad. The waitress is like, great, Caesar salad. Brings you a Caesar salad. Even if it's not like the best Caesar salad in the world, it's not like you asked for croutons on the side and they put croutons on it. Like, it's not going to be perfect. But now you know, oh, I can go here, I can say something, and then there will be an action. You're probably going to come back the next day. Okay, I'll just have sweet potato fries today. Great. You order it, the sweet potato fries, they come. That is all we have to do in our life. Okay, meaning you have a miserable reaction to something. It is a negative, you are eliciting negative feedback, a negative response, meaning I don't like it here. Get me out of here. This is not a fit for me. This is not exactly what I want to be doing. There's something weird about this situation. I'm uncomfortable. Okay? Coupled then with an action. And the action is something like, okay, well, let's do less of that, or let's try a different thing, or let's evaluate. We need the initial reaction to be heard and processed. If we stop listening to ourselves, the system breaks down. To me, this is the ultimate definition of burnout. Burnout is you being at the restaurant being like, I have ordered the Caesar salad 10 times. Nobody's listening to me. No, forget it. Okay, I'm going to knock a chair over. I'm going to try to get people's attention. I don't know what else to do. Like, give me my freaking Caesar salad. That's that's burnout. That's when you're like, I'm so tired. I can't do anything. It's really disruptive right now. People are flipping over chairs in the restaurant. Yeah, because they're sick and tired of not getting what they're asking for. Okay, so your body, your intuition is asking for things. It's giving you information. And it's your job to listen to that. Okay, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not like you need flawless execution here. But even leaning on the counter and being like, I know you want a Caesar salad. We're out right now, but I'm going to put in a back order for that. Come back in 2 days. Right? Or I'm going to take this analogy all the way. All right? Let's say you order a cheeseburger. You also have the permission to talk to yourself and be like, we don't think a cheeseburger is the healthiest thing for you right now. Why don't you have a salad? Okay, because I am a huge believer in pushing through pain and doing hard things, right? So you have to discern the difference between, is this me just going through something where I'm learning and intentionally pushing myself, and therefore the pain exists for a reason and I'll just have to be alongside it, right? And not just be trying to order cheeseburgers all day? Or is this truly a situation where it's not an energetic fit? Energetically, it's a no. So let me tell you guys a story that I think can help illustrate this. Okay, and this will also be helpful, let's say, if you are a creator and if you have an interest in like promotion and marketing, like I think this might actually be relevant. Okay, so probably 6 months ago, I was trying to build up my email newsletter list. And kind of a best practice is like you should offer a lead magnet, which essentially means you should offer a little cute dangly thing, like a freebie, as a thank you for signing up for the email list. Okay? This is something you're going to read everywhere, up and down, on every marketing thing ever. Like everyone's going to tell you to do this. And so I did it, right? And so my freebie for signing up for my list was you got a free resume template. Fine. At the time on TikTok, I was talking a lot about resumes, and so it kind of just made sense. And like, who doesn't want like a free resume template that they could just fill in? Like, it's easy, it's something juicy, it's a one-pager, like it checked all the boxes. Okay, so I did that. And as I did that, I saw that it was working. I mean, I would see, 10 people, 15 people a week signing up, but I knew what, and they were downloading the thing, so I knew that's why they were signing up. When I looked at my analytics, though, I realized that every time I would send out a newsletter, hello, this is like the thing that I was making, every time I'd send out a newsletter, there would be a bunch of unsubscribes. So let's say 10 people in a week signed up. I'd send out the news. It'd be like 10 people signed up. And I'd send out the newsletter. It'd be like, and 6 people unsubscribed. Entrepreneurship is nothing if not humbling. Okay. So you can look at that from a business standpoint, right? And you can be like, well, just double down, like make your lead magnet even better. It doesn't matter if you have drop off, if overall gains, like you're still growing. But I looked at that and I was like, okay, let's actually look at energetically what is happening. I am a writer. This is like my primary thing that I do and that I love. And so my goal is to have more people enjoy my writing and share my writing for free in this newsletter. Okay? And it's not like crappy. I know it's not crappy. It's like high quality. And so I'm like, it's not even like I'm trying to swindle people. Like it's just a newsletter to help you. So I know the product is good. And I realized that what we're really talking about is 2 audiences, right? And even though if I took away the lead magnet, it would probably hurt my growth, I was like, I'd rather get like 2 new subscribers a week who really actually wanted to subscribe rather than do like a weird ass bait and switch and then have people sign up just to get a thing and then drop off the minute they actually get my email in their inbox. Okay? So I actually I just like got rid of the whole lead magnet thing. And here's what I did instead. Instead of that, for the like, hey, you should sign up for my newsletter, I had a little page where I was like, you should sign up for my newsletter. And then I said, here's some example articles. Here's like 6 example articles of what you're gonna get. And that way I knew no one's going to be signing up for this thing unless they want to sign up for this thing. And I'll tell you, ever since then, it has been slower growth, but people are intentional about signing up, and it's a cleaner exchange. Someone's coming, they're looking at it, they're like, oh, this is actually content that I would enjoy. They then give me their email. I then deliver a newsletter. So from a business operations standpoint, that's stupid, right? Like, I'm not growing as fast as I could. But from an energetic standpoint, you have to think about, like, what is it that you really want? I don't want numbers for numbers' sake. Who are these random people who don't give a crap and just want to get a resume template? I'd rather literally be like, here's a library of free stuff, and if you want it, take it. And if you want to join my newsletter, take that too. Like, I'd so much rather decouple those things and have clean transactions with people and not have any energetic weirdness. And I think that's what I was really feeling about my newsletter. I was like, there's energetic weirdness here because I don't really know if people want to be here. Like, is this just like a timeshare presentation and people are here because they got like a free gift card? Or are they here because they like actually want, like, I want to be in spaces where people actually want to be there. I don't want to entice anybody with any random stuff. Like, let's just have it all be natural. Okay. And this is another reason why a couple videos back, and also for all future videos, whenever I have like a free download or like a PDF-y worksheet type thing, I'm not going to be like, once you put in your email, then you'll get it. Like, I don't care. Like, I legit don't care. Because here's the other thing it comes back to. It's like that knowing as a writer and as a business owner that what I have to offer in the newsletter is good on its own. I don't need to put lipstick on it. I don't need to do anything. It's just good. And if you want it, you'll sign up. And if you don't. Like, I care. You know what I mean? I mean, I care about you guys, but like that attitude of I'm not trying to be out here giving out free gift cards so that you'll like me. Like, there's a sort of inner knowing that take it or leave it, right? I don't need to resort to like gimmicks. Okay. So as a business owner, as a creator, right? Think about that. Think about, what is the exchange that I'm proposing here? And how can I get a very fair and clean and honest kind of handshake between me and the customer, or me and the reader, or me and whoever, right? So we want to go into things with a little bit more, I want to say integrity, but it's like, you guys have integrity. It's not like I'm saying you don't, but it's like just a little bit more like FU energy. Like, just a little bit more like, yeah, take it or leave it. I don't care. Like, I don't need to dangle some stupid thing in front of you to like it's already good. Okay, so on this topic, what I also want to mention is there are some things that I hear a lot as a coach sometimes, that if these words come out of your mouth, I just want you to, I don't need you to like stop the presses, but I need you to be a little bit aware and mindful of like, oh, like maybe I need to think about that, or maybe I need to take a walk and really consider that, or like, okay, so here's the list. The first thing on the list, if you ever hear yourself say, it'll be good for my resume. Okay, there's a little bit of a, not red flag, I'd say it's a pink flag that goes up, like red-ish, okay? Meaning the posture of that is one where you think that somehow having this accolade or having this little achievement is going to be looked upon favorably by people who determine your future in the future. Okay? And you think that by acquiring this thing, it will make you more desirable, more powerful, more likable, more whatever. More likely to get in, more likely to be accepted, more likely to have a recruiter reach out to you. Okay? I know this is the way the world works. I'm not trying to radicalize everything, but I do also want to say that be careful, because you could live a whole life of doing things because it looks good on your resume and be absolutely miserable. I want you to care a little bit less about how it looks and care a little bit more about how it feels to you. Because I'll tell you, the road to success, there's a lot of things that make no sense on your resume. Because resumes are linear. Resumes are like, I did 3 years here and then 2 years here, then I went to get my master's and now I'm amazing and look at me. Like they don't build in for the uncertainty and for the, honestly, failures that you'll have to experience if you're really gonna be a hardened, like class A, bitch, awesome, like true force in business or in the arts. Okay, it doesn't account for that. So I also think when you say it's gonna look good on my resume, usually that is a safe choice. And I just need you to be careful of that, because oftentimes that is something you've done already, or it is an area where you don't have a lot of less, like you already know that stuff. You could do it in your sleep. So you don't necessarily need it on your resume. Do things because they give you joy. Do things because they challenge you. Do things because you want to build mastery in them. Do not do things because it will look good on your resume, because you are giving that power of choice over to a fictional person that will one day judge you. Now, caveat, it's not like if you were trying to pursue dance and then Juilliard comes calling, I'm not going to be like, don't do that. Like, obviously, there are also a lot of things that look great on your resume that are also great for you. Okay? I'm just saying, use a little bit of, like, just double check this. Just double check it. The second thing I want you to watch out for is if you say the words, well, the money's really good, ... Okay? I say this because when the money is good, it comes back to this adage of you get what you pay for. Right? You have to think about, why is the money good? Why is the money good? Is the money good because you're exchanging all of your time and freedom for that thing? They're paying you a lot for a reason. They're not dummies. Right? Second year associate at a law firm gets paid a lot of money. Why? Because they don't have a life. Because they are constantly on their phone. They are constantly in meetings. They bring their laptops wherever they go. They don't even go anywhere. They're just in the office. So you get paid a lot of money, but you also, because they're buying your time, every minute of every day of your time. Okay? So I'm all for money. I'm all for getting the bag. I'm all for taking big chances in your career for a huge money leap. But what I've also seen in the market, thinking about specific clients that I've worked with time and time again, is anytime that there's a big paycheck associated with it, I'm always like, what's the agreement here? What's the handshake? What's the deal? Because you're given something for that. And you may be totally cool with that. You may be like, yeah, Mandy, my parents were not rich. I'm breaking generational cycles. Like, leave me alone. I totally get it, right? Get the bag. But also, what the fuck? Like, what is it? We really have to examine our relationship with money. Especially if you come from a place where you didn't come from a lot of money, then money feels like this ultimate goal. I'm talking to myself too, obviously. Where it's also like, okay, what do I think that is going to give me? And can I look deeper into that? Does this mean that I am going to be transformed as a person and therefore money is just a side effect of that? And am I looking for that kind of growth? Because you also want to think about, well, who are the kind of people that you're going to be around in that environment where they've all chosen money? Because I'm telling you, sometimes that's also where artistry goes to die. So you just have to be careful. Okay? These are not all like red flags. They're more just like anytime I hear it, I'm always like, so I'm just doing that with you here now too. The third one is if you ever hear yourself saying, I'm not here to make friends, or like, I'm not really here for the people, but there's some other reason. I'm here to advance my career, or it's a great opportunity, or there's a lot of money. Okay? The minute you say to yourself, I'm not here to make friends, I'm not here for the people, I don't really like the people, but be careful, because what is life if not the people that you're around? Okay? Like, what do you mean you don't like the people? Let me tell you something right now. If you're going into a situation and you already know from the outset that you don't like the people, welcome to misery. Welcome to hell on earth. Okay? Whenever I am working with someone and they're like interviewing at a place, and I'll be like, I always ask this question. I'm always like, did you like the people? If there's even a hesitation, if there's even a like, any kind of high-pitched sound, and I'm like, I'm like, hold up. No, you, like, pause. The people's the most important part. You gotta like the people. Okay, so just watch out for that. Fourth and final thing is if you hear yourself saying, I don't want to rock the boat. Okay, I don't want to rock the boat is translation for I don't want conflict. I don't want people to look at me. I don't want to have to deal with criticism. Okay, rocking the boat means expressing an opinion that you have that is most likely going to be different or in opposition to what the majority thinks. This is a conflict with someone who has authority over you. This is a conflict with a boss. This is a conflict with a neighbor, with a friend, with whoever. Okay? You saying, I don't want to rock the boat is just saying, I don't want to confront the issue. I don't want to force the issue. Okay? And this is an exercise because I'm not trying to have you guys be all aggressive in everybody's face. Okay? That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is we want to look a little deeper than that, because I want you to ask yourself, like, well, what if you were to rock the boat, what would the words be that would come out of your mouth? Just tell me, just say it. And most of the time, that is a truth that you honestly feel. Again, on your path to greatness, on your path to creating something amazing, to changing your life, to taking charge, you're going to have to rock the boat. You're going to have to make decisions that people don't agree with. You're going to have to say stuff that people are like, well, and then you're going to have a little confrontation, a little tussle, You're going to have tussles. If you're going to go after what you want, you're going to have to tussle a little bit with people. And many times that is simply either breaking free and being like, I just want to give you a heads up that I'm probably going to be rolling off this project. Like, that's going to cause a tussle because that creates change, and change is uncertainty, and people do not like uncertainty. And so when there's uncertainty in the air, that's when they'll push you to do things and to make decisions that just make their life easier because it minimizes the uncertainty. You, however, are a beautiful, creative being where you understand that the greatness lies in the gray matter, and it lies in the uncertainty. And so that is a path you will have to walk. That is a path that you will be taking if you are to pursue the things you really want to do and create the life that you really want. So in closing, what I'm going to say to you is just bring along, even if you just take 10%, 15% of what was said in this video, bring along some of this idea of how does it make me feel? Where does this land energetically for me? Not just me today, but me a year from now? Is this a vibe? Is this what I'm going to want to do? Okay? And give yourself permission to be courageous, to be vocal, to ask for what you want, and to politely decline things that don't make sense for you. Okay, I love you guys so much. Hope you're having an awesome week, and I will, as always, see you soon. Okay, bye.